welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you watched my last video. My name is Jane. I sound a little sicky, but I got a lot to talk about, so let's talk about it. So it's the end of the year. It right now is December 4th, 2025, and it's about 9 in the morning. I wanted to come on here and make this video. This time I took notes, so I have a lot to talk about. I was just thinking about my entire reflection on this past year, and I wanted to make people feel less alone. I'm learning now that a lot of people had tough years because people are coming out and saying it, and I felt really alone this year. I felt like I was having a tough year and I felt like I was the only one. So I'm just gonna talk about what happened and get it out so I don't have to think about it anymore, really. So last year, 2024, at the end of summer, I became homeless. I was living with my neighbor for 2.5 months. I was pretty wired during that time, like all that was on my mind was just getting it done and getting housed. I was a hustle bunny. I was working like crazy. I was in the gym like a nut. I was saving my money and I was planning on moving into my own place. So September came and I moved in my own place, and I had freckles. So I moved into my own place, and I had my other cat, Milkshake, who was my baby girl who does nothing wrong. And I had this cat, and this cat's name is Freckles, and he was new to our little home, but him and Milkshake were getting along fairly well, like some spots, but like nothing crazy. And we were together, and then we all moved together. I had just gotten him. So this little guy went through a lot of stress, and he just became very uncomfortable in my new apartment. So he was a little uncomfy, and so he started meowing at night, and I'm talking all night. This cat was meowing and screaming and crying, and I stopped sleeping because I can't sleep because he's screaming. But then also I felt so bad, like he was just under so much stress. I'm like, my poor baby, like he was stressed out. He also started doing something else. He had gotten neutered right before we went to the apartment. And even though he was neutered, he started spraying. And if you don't have a cat, you don't have a boy cat, and you don't know what that means, it means that it's not pee, but it's pee, and he's peeing, spraying, to mark his territory. And my guy did that everywhere. So I'm freaking out about my security deposit. I'm cleaning up everything. He sprayed my face twice while I was sleeping. I was not there. I was dealing with him. I was not sleeping. I was not in the gym. I stopped going to the gym around that time. I was living on my own for the first time. I was alone when I was like in my neighbor's place. He wasn't there. I was watching over his place and also living there. And I was alone at that time, but this was a different type of alone for some reason. So the alone vibes started. I'm dealing with this cat. I'm stressed out because I'm not going to the gym. I'm dealing with some stuff on my job. Like, it was just a lot for me mentally at that time. So I quit, and I made that decision under duress. I was working as a barista for Starbucks. I had been there for like 2 years. I loved it. I just wasn't there at that point of time. And I quit and I was like, okay, that's enough. Get back in the gym. Let's get it done. But without that job, I didn't have health insurance. I am bipolar 1. I was diagnosed when I was a sophomore in high school. I was re-diagnosed. I was diagnosed with depression when I was really young, but I was re-diagnosed with bipolar, I believe, when I was a sophomore in high school. I take medication, and so I didn't have health insurance, so I didn't have medication, so I stopped taking it. I had only experienced medication in the way of protecting me from a manic episode. So like my moods were regulated so that I never went through a manic episode. I had not experienced depression terribly since being medicated, which was the medication doing its job, obviously. But after I stopped, it came not long after. So in November, I studied a lot, personal training wise. I just tried to learn everything I could possibly know. I bought tons of books. I was researching like crazy. I was writing my own programs. I was selling those programs. I was ready to pop off in the personal training world. I figured, you know, Starbucks, like, let's get it done training wise. So that was like November, December. I was just working on my brand, prepping for the new year. December, I got my name changed as well, which was a big moment for me, a big, beautiful moment for me. And it was something nice to launch me into the next year. 2025 comes. I had a vision board set up and I was still working on the brand and I was getting it done. And then the LA fires happened. It just really upset me and really depressed me. I was kind of in the middle. I was in Burbank. So with all the fires that were going on, I was in the middle of them. And I wasn't necessarily scared. I was just really sad that for the people that lost. My birthday is in February. I went on a trip with my friend Sabrina. I love her very dearly. We went on a trip to the Madonna Inn. It was a great trip. It was amazing. I love spending my time with her. And then we came back before my actual birthday. On my actual birthday, I tried to go to the gym. Got into a little argument with somebody I'm close to there. Didn't go. We didn't want to deal with it on my birthday. Left and then didn't go back for a month. And then it just kind of happened. March, April, May is always kind of tough for me. My birthday is kind of usually tough for me too. So it just kind of happened and it's really blurry. I try to look at pictures of what I was doing at that time so that I can, you know, figure out what was going on. But there's just a bunch of pictures of my cats because I was just spending so much time with them at home because I wasn't working. And it was just a sad time. I remember not being able to get up out of bed every day. And I remember eating every couple days for the next couple days. So I'd eat a lot on one day to prepare me for the next day that I wasn't gonna eat. And then I would eat again. So my eating was messed up. Sleeping was non-existent. I was not sleeping at all. I was up all night. I hit the gym occasionally. I was holding on to a lot of weight. I was thicker. It was a direct result of not being as active as I once was. I was just laying in bed as much as I could. Which, I've always had body image issues. Always. And I had a really nasty eating disorder a few years ago. So that part wasn't easy because I just kind of didn't really feel like myself. It was also a new body for me. When I first started in the gym, I was a thickie, but I didn't have any muscle on me. So to be a thickie again, but to have muscle is a different kind of thick. You just kind of feel heavy. I did not like that very much. My gains were huge. My muscles were getting a shit ton of rest. I didn't like the way it felt on me. I didn't like the way it looked. It also wasn't done on purpose. It was a direct result of being sad. So it was harder than it would be if I chose to be thick. Because I can choose to be thick. I can eat up if I want to. But I fell into this. It wasn't in my plan. So I didn't really like it. In this time, I was on my job hunt. PT shit wasn't working out. I wasn't looking as lean as I usually do, which was depressing me. I wasn't even in the gym too much, not as much as I had been before. I felt sad, I felt alone. My partner at the time, I loved him to death for everything he did for me and the way he stuck by my side during that, because I wasn't the same person. And I will never forget that he did that. So thank you, Diego. So I'm in this job market. It's garbage. I don't know if you tried looking for a job this year, but it was a freaking mess. I was applying to every place under the sun. Sometimes I drive around and I look, I'm like, oh yeah, I applied there. They never responded. Like, it's like that. In May, I got a job. I got a job as a line cook at a vegan restaurant. I was miserable. I lasted like 3 days. People sucked, jobs sucked, pay sucked. June, I got another job. I was also miserable. Pay sucked, vibe sucked, job sucked. I was taking a lot of walks, trying to stay as active as I could, but still was like kind of sad in bed. In July, I still could not find another job that was good. I heavily debated stripping. I felt like they would hire me because nobody else will, and let me just do this and make some money and save my money. And you know, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, so like I'm safe, like we're good. I bought the shoes. I bought myself a pair of Blazers, started walking around in them, applied to work at a grocery store, kept on calling them and hammering it into them and showing up and saying I wanted to work there. They hired me, and I've been recovering since then. I don't want this video to come off as depressing. I want to let you know that you're not alone. I want to put it to rest. I want to talk about it, get it off my chest, and then put it to rest so I don't have to think about it anymore. I have learned from it. I am a stronger, sexier person because of it. I know myself a lot more. I know to take my mental health seriously. I have a new sense of discipline. People always told me like, oh, you're in the gym every day, like you're super disciplined. And I never really understood what they meant because I just went. Like it was just a natural thing that I would do. And I journaled and I kept a calendar and I worked like crazy and I hustled like crazy because that's what I did. Like that's just, I didn't really need too much discipline. It was just kind of came natural to me. When I lost it, I realized that I didn't have any discipline there. It was just a part of me. And now, in this past 5 months or so, I'm learning how to have that discipline for arguably the second time. Maybe in the beginning of my workout journey, I had a sense of discipline, but it came pretty normally to me. But a certain point. So for 2026, I am really eating up all of the cheesy stuff. This is my year. This year, this comeback is personal. It's an apology to myself. I'm full speed ahead. Very happy to get it done. I'm planning a lot of things for myself. I'm planning a curriculum for myself so that I can stay on track, which I'll talk about if you want me to talk about it. I'm like planning the subjects, like I'm in school. I'm planning the subjects that I'm gonna learn this next year, and assigning myself like tasks for them and study materials and stuff of that nature. So if you're interested, please let me know. I have a cheesy little mantra of the year, which is I'm gonna get everything. That's my little mantra. The whole point of this is to just let you know that you're not alone. I started to fall out of love with everything. I'm a gym lover. I'm a weightlifting lover. I love it. It's everything to me. And I started to lose that. Wasn't going out too much. I wasn't a good partner to my boyfriend. I wasn't a good person to myself. If you feel alone, you can message me. I will talk to you. Yeah, you're not alone. Sometimes you gotta go through it because you gotta learn. And it's better on the other side. It's worth it. I'm happy I didn't make any life-ending decisions during that time. The next year, I'm grabbing it by the... It's mine. It's all mine. I'm gonna put a hotline in the description. I'm gonna put my Instagram in the description. You can DM me if you'd like. And I think that's all. I love you. My cats love you. We want you here. I hope this video finds you if you need it. Bye! Please like and subscribe and comment and let me know how you feel, and let me know if you want that curriculum project for 2026 so that you can make one for yourself. And I'll see you soon. And goodbye.